What did you notice about the language in this text? Do the characters use standard English like we are taught in school? Or non-standard English like some people use in informal settings? Give me an example of that from the text. Clearly, the author knows how to use standard English because it is used throughout the story. It is only the dialogue that is non-standard. Why would the author do this? So now we're going to map out the story. Let's look at the story map. This type of story map is called a plot diagram. Note that I've already filled in the title, thank you ma'am, and the author, Langston Hughes. What is the setting of the story? It's 11 p.m. in the city, and most of it takes place in Mrs. Jones's apartment. Who are the characters? Roger and Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. What's the initiating or first event that happens? Roger snatches up Mrs. Bates's pocketbook and she kicks Roger in the behind. What happens next? Roger struggles to get free. And then what happens? Now, all of these items are creating conflict. All of these events are creating conflict in the story. Roger admits he's going to run if he's released. So what's the climax of the story? That's the point of the highest action. Also, it's sometimes the turning point. It's where Mrs. Jones grabs Roger into a full Nelson and drags him to her apartment. Now, the resolution is the solution to the problem. In this case, it's the fact that Mrs. Jones gives Roger $10 for him to get himself some blue suede shoes. And then the conclusion is what happens at the very end of the story. So what happens at the very end of the story? Roger leaves the room saying thank you before she shuts the door. And even though it's never stated in the story, we get the idea that they never saw each other again.